Hello, this is Biltys business book review number 2 from my back garden in a rather windy Yorkshire. This one is a book called Funky Business. This is the original one bought by a customer from Prospect magazine, and that was the follow-up one by 2 unpronounceable Swedish professors, Jonas and Kjelle. But it's really, really good. I got a lot of good pointers from this book. The one thing that he said is being the same as everyone else just isn't good enough. It's the route to nowhere, as they put it. Being different is the key. So distinctively different, based on values within your organisation, because that attracts people, attracts customers. Obviously, it will repel people as well. And I said, that's okay. You can't be, Magnolia and be distinctive. So be something that's, true to yourself. And this is where I use this book to come up with the term Marxist capitalism for what Webmart does, which is an oxymoron in one sense, using capitalism to create value, but using Marxist principles to redistribute the wealth that capitalism makes, which kind of makes an awful lot of sense. But it's that remarkable difference, if you like, that appeals. Other things I got out of it was that the speed of a company, and speed, as we all know, speed sells. If you're faster, doing exactly the same thing as everybody else does, but do it faster, then you will get a much better response from your customers. You'll be more successful. So if you're distinctively different and faster, happy fucking days. And it showed in the book, and it works through a few examples, is the speed of a company isn't set by the leader or the most able in the business. It's set by the least able in the business. And it goes back into, if you looked at number 1 in this series about Good to Great, getting the right people on the bus and the wrong people off the bus. Get a driven band of people, you can go anywhere. And this is, to quote it, the speed of the company is set by, not by the fastest, by the slowest and least skilled. And the fastest companies reduce the time between insight and output as much as possible using these people. So if you have an idea and you can see there's going to be a competitive advantage, the time between the insight and the delivery of it determines how good a company you are going forward. Thirdly thing that came out of it is, therefore, following that kind of mantra, the individual worth of a person is based on 2 things. It's what you know, and that's the insight and the kind of ability that you've got, times who you know. So the more people you know, and the more you can leverage your own personal gain. So this is why building up networks are really, really important, because it's a shortcut to everywhere you want to go. Because business is about people. It's about getting the right people in your business, and also talking to the people outside of your business in as intelligent and as friendly and as distinctively different way as you possibly can. And they said, and quoting again, place yourself in the shoes of your customers and ask the question, what are they really buying? And that is actually good. It says down here, there's 99 out of 100 won't be buying what you think you're selling. It'll be much more tacit in things like security, speed, reliability, trust. They know what we do. Those kind of things, which aren't the products or service that you're selling. So the closer you get to the person, the customer, the better it is for you as a business. And tacit knowledge still demands a level of human interaction. You have to breathe the same air, and certainly at Webmart, that's something that I absolutely believe in. We've had open plan officers from day one. You get that osmosis going through it. Obviously now it's going to be interesting to see how we all come out the other side of coronavirus, when we're all in isolation, to see what new ideas come up alone, but also any misalignment that you'll get, which you will get quite a lot, because the world has moved on and it's going to come out different from what it went in. So that getting people back into the same room and out seeing customers is really, really, really important. and obviously we're all finding that as being a bit of a challenge. And the one thing that it made me realise is that getting the right person with that right network, you can leverage that so much more. It used to be in the days of being a brickie or whatever, or a production, you're better, you can perhaps do it twice as well as somebody else. In a knowledge-based economy, with a networked economy, with speed being a key to it, you can leverage it 100 times, 200 times, 1,000 times by using digital channels as well as physical channels to communicate, as well as the people that you get to meet. So getting those right people is so much more important than ever before. And as I said on the previous one, you spend 80% of your time managing the 20% of people you shouldn't have brought in the first place. So if you don't bring in the wrong people, you've got all the time in the world to go out and meet interesting, influential people outside your organisation, as well as working with the most able inside your organisation. And those are the kind of things that I thought was really helpful in this, and it is about a culture. As you can see in the front cover, they're a bit odd, and we were a bit odd, and that my customer recognised when they came to the Yellow Shed of Wonderment in Bicester at that time. He said, "Simon, you've got to read this book." He said it epitomises what Webmart is, but it'll also give you a few pointers, and it certainly did. So that's Funky Business by two unpronounceable Swedish professors. There's a link below to buy it, and enjoy. All right, take care. See you soon. Bye.